Hey, my wonderful, wonderful people. Happy New Year to everybody, and I wish for you a prosperous and certainly a fantastic and wonderful 2026. All right, beautiful, wonderful people. Listen now. I am very much concerned about how this sort of police and thief. I was going to use a very old adage, or old saying, I should say. I'm just very much concerned about how it is that, the police and these gunmen are going out and, sort of expectating and, dealing with gunfire just in the wild. 68-year-old grandmother, thank God, recovered, and I think she was released or to be released, because she got hit in the crossfire, and lo and behold, a 4-year-old was killed. You don't want the blood of that little one to cry out to God. I don't think, and I'm going to put more of the onus on those who are here to serve, to protect, and to reassure, because though to whom much is given, much is required. Much is not really given to the gunman. They're not trained to protect us. You guys are trained to protect them, protect us from them. And I cannot even comprehend for the life of me, how is it that, there's so many failed attempts at protecting the citizens. And I'm talking in particular at Granville, St. James. When I heard I don't know if he's a father, but you hear that passion and that zeal and that pain in that man, that they say, I don't even want no $40 million. We need things in place. And they put the blame on you, police officers, to make it seem as if you are the ones who had killed that 4-year-old. And it could have been, accidentally. Hopefully it's not deliberate. Because God would have beat you, go and come here, tell you that. And that's one thing you don't want God to beat you. Because no fun are wicked still, Now get me wrong, no fun no police, not total, not different from no of them gunmen there, are wicked. Some are, not everyone. You have very good police officers, very, very good, solid, and, secured, stalwarts in the police force. But some are, leaves much to be desired. But you have to have a sort of operational plan where you don't operate willy-nilly. To be honest with you, I hear people say some of these gunmen are so evil. And my take on life is this: listen, you say if the laws of the land not deal with you, no worry, the laws of God are going to deal with you. So no matter how bad and horrible and wicked a gunman is, God will beat him. And he or she, them are going dead bad. God will beat them proper. And trust me, what you do to them, even your little killing, not as bad as how they're going to pay for it. So they really are not going to escape, to be honest with you. So the point that I'm really making is that we need to deal with things by the laws of the land, by the books. Because too many incidents like these keep on happening invariably. And when you look with an elderly dies, a young one dies. Two of the most vulnerable groups, and you have to be careful how you affect the vulnerable group. God will hold you accountable. I don't even know what to say. It's like when I tough. This crossfire thing in some of these areas, and I know that, things go on. We don't probably really understand, but it's still it's a life that you're dealing with. You're dealing with lives, and there are innocent people there, just as how you have culpable people there. And you can't be shooting willy-nilly all over the place like that. It was very, very heart-wrenching to hear of the 4-year-old being killed, murdered, and the 68-year-old grandmother, that luckily, and I'm saying, look at that, the older generation who dip on the decline are the one who survive leaving. Not to say that her life is not important, but she would have at least gotten 60, 80 years. And this poor 4-year-old, Not they barely just born, so them never get a chance. Just yesterday them born. This is just really, really sad, and it has got to stop. You have to, I don't know. You cannot be trained with blinders on or something like that, because there are too many incidents. Remember the last time they dragged out somebody and killed him in a heinous manner? And it can't be that all of these people that you're doing are all necessarily always guilty. They're not necessarily always culpable. Sometimes I don't even trust. They always say that, oh, the people say he's innocent. When you look, they're this and that. And when you check it out, they're really innocent. They're not necessarily always guilty. As people try to sell that story, because, we give the impression because it's the law enforcers went and got rid of them, it means that they are guilty. Because they went and they checked out this and they checked out that. There are quite a number of people who are in prison today who are victims, who are innocent. And some people are out here and really need for going. Some people are outside need for going. It is really, really and truly sad. I'm saddened by this entire saga. Because a little one should not have lost his or her life. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl, to be honest. But an operational procedure or standard operating procedures need to be fixed. It needs to be remedied. It needs to be reshaped. It needs to be revamped. Vetoed, I don't know, but it needs to be dealt with, because you cannot operate willy-nilly having shootouts, because when you have that, innocent will die. And oftentimes, especially in the last few years, it's a lot of young ones, youngsters. A lot of you don't want the blood of these young ones to cry out to God. Because God will beat you, may I tell you that? It is atrocious, it's appalling, and it needs to stop. And I have to deal with these things much better. Deal with it by the books, deal with it good and proper. I want to take on this law onto yourself as officers. You're here to serve, to protect, and to reassure. They're not the gunmen. Not the gunmen. They're not hired, to do that. They're hired to kill, steal, and to destroy. So you can safeguard in a more healthy fashion. Especially with the fact that you know that they mix with the innocent as well. You cannot just treat people like that. I don't even know. I am just so flabbergasted. I'm so disgusted by this entire thing. That 4-year-old should not have lost his or her life. And that 68-year-old should not have been shot. Thank God she's okay. It could have gone worse. And I have to operate better, and I have to deal with the operations much better. And not like mindless creatures. Like you're not humans. And then when the JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice, when they come out and talk about how they are protecting and lauding criminals and all of that, but you force their hands to do that. Coming to think of it, when you operate in this manner. Because some have to maintain their humanitarianism, no matter who it is, whether you're guilty or you're not. The 4-year-old should not have lost his or her life. As police, the onus is more on you. The gunman is not here to serve, to protect, nor to reassure us. It is not their mantra, it is not their mission, it is not a part of their vision. Their vision is hopeless, it is doom and gloom. And their end is going to be bitter if they don't change. Because they don't understand the concept that once you live by the gun, you die by it. The scripture says you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And it goes for anybody. It's not specific to gunman or whatever it is. We're talking do not shed innocent blood. The scripture says that. You have to be very careful in how to operate. This is crazy. I am so disappointed. And see how what's the commissioner's name again? You know who I'm talking. He has worked hard to take down the crime and all of that. And look at this. Come on, man. And have to do better as officers, as police officers. Have to do better in dealing with the criminals better. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lines.